To the world, she was the brightest witch of her age, confident, brilliant, and unshakable. But while Emma Watson grew up casting spells on screen as Hermione Granger, off-screen she was battling something far more complex and invisible. Behind the red carpet smiles and flawless interviews was a young girl struggling with identity, self-worth, and the crushing pressure of perfection. Her life looked like a dream, but for Emma, fame came at a deeply personal cost, and she's only now revealing the truth behind it all. From the age of 10, Emma Watson was thrust into a spotlight few could ever imagine. Chosen out of thousands to play Hermione in the Harry Potter films, she went from schoolgirl to global icon almost overnight. For the next decade, her face was everywhere: movie posters, magazine covers, red carpets. She became a role model, a symbol of intelligence and grace. But behind that poised exterior was a child navigating unimaginable pressure. The fear of failure, the demand to be perfect, and the inability to make mistakes without the world watching. As the years passed and Watson matured, so did the weight of expectations. Every outfit, every interview, every facial expression was dissected. While her peers were allowed to stumble and grow in private, Emma's adolescence was scrutinized on a global scale. And though she was praised for her maturity and intellect, she later admitted that she often felt like a child playing a role, both on screen and in real life. Internally, she struggled with anxiety, imposter syndrome, and a desperate desire to carve out an identity outside of Hermione Granger. When the Harry Potter franchise ended, most expected Watson to leap headfirst into Hollywood stardom. And for a time, she did, starring in The Perks of Being a Wallflower, The Bling Ring, and eventually Disney's live-action Beauty and the Beast. But even with box office success and critical acclaim, something was missing. Emma felt disconnected from the Hollywood machine. She was tired of being seen only through a lens of beauty and fame, and deeply frustrated by the way young women were pigeonholed by the industry. So, she made a surprising move. She stepped back, not because she had to, but because she chose to. Emma enrolled at Brown University, took time off from acting, and began to explore life outside the spotlight. It wasn't a retreat, it was a reclamation. She dove into activism, becoming a UN Women Goodwill Ambassador and launching the He for She campaign for gender equality. For the first time in years, she wasn't performing, she was becoming herself. But even that path came with challenges. Watson has spoken openly about how difficult it was to balance being a public figure and a private person. The pressure to be a perfect feminist, the criticism for her fashion choices or dating life, and the guilt of walking away from Hollywood success, it all weighed heavily. Yet through it all, she remained grounded in her mission, to live authentically and use her voice for something greater than fame. Now in 2025, Emma Watson is more than just a former child star. She's a woman who dared to step away when most would have clung to the spotlight. She works selectively, prioritizing projects that align with her values, and continues to be a vocal advocate for education, sustainability, and women's rights. Her journey is no longer about proving anything to the world, it's about living in alignment with herself. Emma Watson grew up on camera, but the real story was always unfolding behind it. She was quietly fighting for her freedom, her identity, and her peace. And now, after years of searching, she's finally writing her own script, one that doesn't require applause to be powerful.